Well, people, more gas is being thrown on the fire. Just as oddly enough, old clips are showing up of the same kind of actions and the same kind of ICE agents, presumably the same one, getting dragged down the street 300 feet when they were trying to arrest the last guy that Minnesota did not provide to ICE because he was an illegal alien who was arrested for very bad crimes. Yeah, guys, this is going to be a spicy one, as the left is only ratcheting everything up for the benefit of themselves, doxing ICE agents, showing ICE agent locations, trying to get the names of the individual who was involved in this shooting. Yeah, this is going to be a thing. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I try to bring you the truth in all of these murky situations. Everything will be linked in the description box below. And you can tell me what you think right down there in the comments. All right, let's get right into this. You can, of course, follow me on X at BradenLOA. This is where I kind of post all the things that I see during the day. But I want to jump right into this, guys, because honest to God, my live stream tonight is going to be pretty direct. It's going to be pretty... Just tune in, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. However, this is what we're going to talk about right now, because the leftists are officially being shipped into Minnesota again. That's what's happening. You're getting the leftist agitators starting to show up, build barricades, burn things down, start to build burn pits, start to block roads, start to attack ICE, block ICE. You're starting to see the entire thing we see every single time. When in my opinion, terrorists shoot down into ICE facilities and kill 3 non-combatants, that's perfectly, that's bad, that's horrible, it's perfectly fine because they were just. I mean, literally, guys, you're looking at leftist agitators, you are not looking at everyday Americans, okay? Honest to God. But I want to show you something real quick, because you remember how the whole angle here is, this is self-defense. There's no way he should have deployed his weapon because he was in front of a car and the car was running at him. And then I said in my video prior or immediately to it, I don't want anyone to die. I don't want anyone to get shot. I don't want anyone to be manipulated by the left and the media and the propagandists to be used as a prop, which is what they're doing right now. I don't want the ICE agent to be in front of that car because that car shouldn't have been there. I've covered my bases. And I'm not going to besmirch the woman. I'm not going to go after her personally. There's a classy way to do this, and there's a trashy way to do it, to be quite candid. And I'm going to choose the classy way. But that agent that was in front of the car, Elon Musk, just posted this. Wouldn't you know it? It turns out that the same ICE agent was almost killed by a car during an arrest 6 months ago. And I want to highlight something really quickly. Not only does prior trauma and prior instances factor into this engagement and environment, but I want to show you something real quick, because there's some interesting things that pop up when you start to actually ask questions instead of just immediately going to burn the whole thing down. Watch this.
ICE arrest in the Twin Cities is leading to even more charges.
This home security video shows the driver taking off during a traffic stop, dragging a deportation officer with him. New at 10, WCCO's Uba Ali walks us through this video and the political firestorm behind it.
What began as a planned federal immigration arrest took a violent turn in this quiet Bloomington neighborhood. And it was all caught on camera. According to a federal complaint, agents were executing a warrant for 39-year-old Roberto Carlos Munoz. They say Munoz entered the country unlawfully, and he also pled guilty to 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct back in 2023 for abusing a minor. Tuesday morning, agents pulled him over. Court documents say he repeatedly refused to comply before a federal agent took out his spring-loaded window punch with his right hand and broke the driver's side rear window. These images show the officer's hand in the vehicle. In this video, you can see the driver take off with the agent hanging from the car, dragging him 300 feet through front yards. These graphic images show the aftermath. A bloody agent who needed 33 stitches for his significant cuts. And now...
Okay, so we're just going to have a little brief moment really quickly. So if you know that that's happening in Minnesota 6 months ago, and you're the ICE agent, which, by the way, presumably, they're saying that... Hold on a second, let me show you the back of this guy's head. They're showing that this is the same guy. If you've been pulled and assaulted with a vehicle prior, 6 months before, or you're not the same guy, and you're not the same agent, and you know that some of your colleagues have been pulled and attacked with vehicles, and you saw it in Texas, you saw it in a lot of different places, aren't you going to presume that when a vehicle goes right at you, you're going to be under attack again? Almost like, and this is the underlying point, then I'll get back to this video, almost like the tactics of the left and the far left are actively influencing everyone's interactions. If they didn't use vehicles to run them down, if they didn't tell people to use vehicles to block roadways, to blow whistles, to get your cameras in people's faces and start screaming at people when they are literally following the law of the land, passed by Congress, a representative body, not by Donald Trump's edict, don't you think that that would kind of influence the whole situation? Almost like you consistently put people in harm's way from the left's perspective, and you consistently ratchet up the temperature until something so bad happens, then you can blame them for the thing that happened when you instigated it? Again, I'm not talking about the woman. I'm talking about the left, the general, the population, like the far left agitators, the media, all the people. Because that's what you're seeing. But they're not going to talk about how this agent was dragged down the road 300 yards or 300 feet in a vehicle when they were chasing a sex offender on a child who was here illegally. They're not going to talk about that. No, because that would undermine the point. You can't have facts, logic, and reason involved in this. It's got to be emotional agitation and violence, obviously. This is the whole point, guys. These people are being manipulated and used because they have an emotional trigger, and that's exactly what's happening. Let's keep on going, and then I'm going to show you what they're doing in the actual real world right now. Watch.
A political battle with a top Homeland Security official criticizing Governor Tim Walz, posting on X, instead of comparing ICE law enforcement to the Gestapo, Walz should be thanking our brave law enforcement. The Department of Justice says a request for Munoz to be held after that 2022 arrest was, quote, not honored by local authorities, and Munoz was released.
That's all you need to know right there. They are stoking the fire. They are actively providing a groundswell for everything to happen. They had that guy who was a convicted sex abuser of a child. Then they let him go and did not give him to ICE when he was in the country illegally. What does that show you that they want to do? Because the people who did this would be Minnesota police. That would be on an order of Tim Walz. That would be on an order of the Mayor Frey. All these people who are virtue signaling and screaming about how pure they are, they're letting out child sex offenders into the street because they don't want to give them to ICE. Your move, lefties. All right, watch. This is what they're doing now. And this is the guy, again, for reference, that they're saying they're trying to dox. This is Brian Krassenstein. This is a real-life piece of crap. Trying to dox that guy. Here's the thing that he just posted today, active locations of ICE agents. That's of 7 minutes ago of the filming of this video. So not only is he calling them murderers, not only are they advocating to film and get in their faces and interrupt all their activities, not only are they saying that you should continue to do these same things, they should dox the agents by name, and then they're going to show them where they are. And you want to know why you don't do that? Here's why you don't do that. Because Democrats, these socialist comrades who are within the Democratic Party, the DNC, I'm going to say it again, the Democrats, this is what they say right here. Watch.
To the ICE agent that murdered that unarmed civilian in Minneapolis, we have your face. We have pictures of you. We will get justice for a fallen comrade. Whether it be judicial justice or street justice, depends on whether or not you turn yourself in and admit to your crime. That wasn't self-defense. That was murder. And you know it was murder. Don't put it off as self-defense.
That's why you don't do this. And by the way, you see that little logo that I just zoomed in on? Yep. All right, here's another reason why, another Democrat. Because this is what they're activating. This is what they're having people do, and then they're shocked when they react. Okay? This guy passes the septum test, fails the septum test, and fails a whole lot of other tests in my book too. But anyway, watch this.
We, the people, need to start taking back this country, and immediately, because they have corrupt, fake-ass people in these placements like ICE that are allowed to be masked, covered, not identify, do whatever the fuck they want, and murder people without knowing who they're killing, just killing civilians. And Trump's okay with this and is allowing this to happen, and it's now happening all over in the Midwest. This is not okay. What the fuck, America and Americans? How stupid are we to keep allowing this to happen? I say it's time for everybody to start getting guns and start coming out of their houses and start shooting these fucking ICE agents in the head when they start trying to take over people. We the people.
Uh-huh. So, this is what's happening. You've got main agitators on X posting locations of ICE agents, saying they want to dox ICE agents, claiming this is a murder, it's not self-defense, there should be street justice issued for a fallen comrade, their words, not mine, and then we should all grab guns and shoot ICE agents in the back of the head, as the video clip just showed you. They've been radicalized. They've been radicalized by a far-left progressive base. They've been radicalized by a non-stop 10-year dopamine drip of hate Donald Trump and anti-fascist, anti-Nazi rhetoric. And they're continuing to do it over and over and over again. This is a recipe for absolute disaster. And this is the DNC. Not a single member of the DNC is saying do not do this. Not a single Democrat politician is doing it. In fact, they're only getting up there and saying more, more, more. Because this is a murder, it's obvious, and everyone knows. It's not. And we're going to keep on fighting it every single day. Thank you for your support. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I'm Braden. I'll see you later.